Okay, this is a video for the FiR Audio RN6. You can see it's wrapped in plastic, and you probably know that you've seen it on the channel before. What happened is what's happened probably a handful of times in 10 years. I had a set, loved it, sold it, and then regretted selling it and had to buy it again at full price. I didn't get any real consideration for this. I got this from Bloom Audio. Shout out to them. That's a spectrogram of bass guitar, E standard tuning, EADG going through, which is applicable to this set because the quality of the bass on this, not the amount or the impact or any of that stuff, just the quality of the bass is there's nothing else out there like this, and it has to be in my collection because of that. The Camper has a very confusing ability to pass vibration through the shell to the ear, only with substantial drops. Doesn't need EQ. In average listening and lower volume with the most common libraries, you probably would never notice it, but I did because of my library. So that's the king of make your ear vibrate, and it's excellent in its quality. But the RN6 is peerless. There are tracks like let me give you an example. Let me find a good way to cut this right here. Free Flow, No Gods. I'm trying to come up with the name of that. It's a very, very well produced track that I got off of the internet. And when listening to that track on this set, it brings out very subtle nuances that I don't get on anything else. Not on a Fat Frequency, not on a Camper, not on a Storm, only on this set. And when I realized that, I decided I really better go back and get that, because that's one of the indications of its quality. And I'm actually doing a video about bass right now. And just to give you a preview, it should be called a mids guitar, because a majority of the info actually exists in the mids, not the bass, but it's called a bass guitar. So this is the FiR RN6. Comes in not a very large box. And take this off again for a second. Here we go. You just throw it all around. Okay, there we go. Put the box over there. And there is their logo, I guess, rabbit ears. There is some kind of connection between 64 Audio and this company. I don't know if co-founders separated and opened up their own thing. I don't know about what the relationships are, whether they get along. I honestly don't care. It's not my thing. Hopefully they get along, because I actually do like 64 Audio goods, and I absolutely love this RN6. Let me see if I can get this. Okay, well, there we go. Big brain moment. That's what's holding me back. Hold on just a second. This thing is a beast. Diamond cutter. See if we can do this now. Okay, that's what we were looking for. When I start to feel stressed, I remember that FiR Audio sets for a while, you could not possibly get the sleeve off it without ripping it, which is a horrible experience, but when it comes down to that, that's what you got to do. Okay, there's the box. And then in the top, user guide, stuff that you probably yeah, how to put it in your ear. Okay, you get the box, and this is a sapphire glass. It looks actually really nice. FiR Audio Space Force. I'm a longtime member, actually. So you get this patch, and I guess you could put this on your shirt or something. I don't know if that's an iron-on. It looks like it's got the glue and adhesive on the back. I'm probably not going to put that on anything. I'm just guessing, but probably not. This is the cable. Again, I've had this set previously. I actually like the cable stock. I don't feel any need to. I always get nervous when I take stuff out like that. Hold on just a second. Can I possibly get this out? Of course I can. Can I push it out from the back side? Yes, I can. There we go. Be careful when you, just as a side note, when you see things like this, and then you are in this mode where you're gonna like, I'm gonna pull this out, that could be a potential big failure. So this very not smooth video lent itself to one point being made. If you can ever go to the back side and push out, which is really, I think it's designed just to be able to conform and to allow it to sit low. I stick my fingers inside here because I don't want to put too much. This is a 2-pin, 2 little teeny pins. I don't want to put too much pressure on that. Okay, take that out. Now you've got a cable that is very, very manageable. It's nothing like the Liquid Links Venom, but it is in its kind of ease of wrapping it up. So this is the set right here. It's got, you can see red filters pretty much that comes with 3 different types. I believe gold. Again, the sapphire caps. This has a, as you can see, the open driver right here. I thought this was a gimmick, or I wasn't sure what it does, and I still can't say quite what it does, but my favorite in quality and seeming accuracy to my ears with my library of a bass guitar, and then of a techno thing like No Gods, Free Flow, or Free Flow No Gods. It's a set that has this driver right here, so I don't know what the correlation is between those open facing. Remember, that's outside of your ear canal, so it's hitting the outside of your ear, but something's going on, and I believe that that driver must be tubed so that part of it's coming out of the nozzle because it's the low end driver, and then it's free to pull and push and pull air right at your ear. So it's doing one kind of side effect, which could be gimmicky maybe in your mind, and then the other part is the effect of low frequency that's coming through the stem, because it has to be, according to the graph into my ear. So very interesting design. SimGot does this as well, but it doesn't quite give me the energy in the upper mids is maybe canceling out what I think I'm getting in the bass. I'm not really sure. Something that's tuned more like this with their EA1000 type of tech might go a long way towards seeing just how effective that is. So let me put this over here. So we've got the iron-on sticker. We've got that, and then inside here we've got the pouch, which is it actually smells like leather. Before I continue, I believe that is 6 drivers. So it's got 1 kinetic bass. It's got 4 open driver BA drivers for mids and highs. So they're open BAs, or they're not tubed, I guess. And then there's 1 open driver ultra high electrostatic driver. So there's a single E-stat. I didn't know that. Wow. And the impedance is 28 ohms. Cable, pure silver, oxygen, copper shielded. Okay. Let's get back to some bass in the background. Open up this, and you have things falling out because I'm just a rough dude. I won't even try to put them back in where they're supposed to be. I want you to note, let me see if I can. These are the filters. I believe the gold ones are the ones that I really want. It's difficult, maybe, like the beauty of things, to get across on a camera how teeny these things are. And the tool that you use is a little teeny tool as well. And it's, oh, it actually came out. So that little teeny tool is for these little teeny filters, which goes inside here. And the first time I used this, I thought you screw it in, and I thought one side was broken because it just was screwing forever, not doing anything. It's really friction. You can slightly push them in and pull them out. You stick this tip in, and then you maybe kick it to just a slight angle to get a grip, and then you can pull out the filters, and it will change the tuning of it. Do it on a space that is, if you dropped it, you could find it, because this is something that is so small. I knew that if I failed, it would be a total disaster. like beyond any other level of any other set I've ever had, because this is just so small, especially if you dropped a darker color one. Even the silver one, my God. So that's the tool. Be very careful. Maybe check online about which one you think is most matching to you, and then go with that. I certainly wouldn't play around with these too much because they are so small. So let me go ahead and put that back in there. So that's the FiR RN6. It's got a price tag of like $3,000 or above that. I'll just leave it like that for right now. It's not a cheap set, but I'm a person that loves bass. You're listening to the soundtrack of Menace to Society right now. There we go. And my favorite sets are stuff like the Grand Maestro, the Camper, the RN6, the Storm, and they all do bass very well, but none of them are redundant to the other. Fat frequency is just sheer enormous power. The Camper is a yet fully understood thing. I really don't know what's going on with it. I think it's a combination of the driver's position in the shell, the thinness of the shell. I really don't know beyond that. The Camper, the Fat Frequency Maestro has a nice quality to it that's a step above regular BAs because they actually customize that. And then this with the open driver doing something that I can't quite explain, but when I listen to certain tracks it just jumps out as being fantastic for bass guitar, and really overall, but the bass guitar just really steps out. And again, you're looking at a video where we're going to talk about the bass guitar, and a majority of the bass guitar actually exists in the mid frequencies. So a mid guitar would maybe be, of course it's doing the low notes substantially, but so much of it exists out of what most people would consider on earphones, which would be, you don't want to go past 200 hertz too much, or man, there's info way past 200 hertz. Let me go ahead and get towards the end over here, and you're looking at peaks that are getting up towards 10 kilohertz, 7, 8. Bass guitar, very interesting. And the FiR RN6 is a keeper. So I'm not really hyping this up, and I don't know if I'll do a video, but I think I will. But this is me buying for the second time. I never got it free the first time. I sold it at a loss, as one does when you sell things that have already been opened and used. And then I had to buy it again, because when I had 3 sets lined up and was looking at, like, those are the 3 that represent my favorite, the RN6 really needed to be in that picture. So I had to buy it again. So that's about as good of endorsement as I can get. Buy one, enjoy it, for some stupid reason sell it, and then miss it, and then buy it again. So total investment, $7,500, and lost some of that in the first sale. So that's it. RN6 is buy it again-ish level, and I'm out.